Bronson Reed's back. John Cena's more hated than ever, and Cody just saved the day. But what if William Regal ruled WWE like a monarch with muscle? We've got a full breakdown of Saturday night's main event and a royal rewrite you won't believe. This is episode 371 of The Burning Truth. And we're just getting started. Hey, it's Scott Barrett, and I'm joined once again by Billy Big Bollocks himself. It's the one, it's the only, it's Matt Burns, everybody!
Hi, everybody! I knew I had to tweak it there a little bit because I didn't want to do, do the usual Simpson thing.
No, we didn't want Dr. Nick on, did we?
No, absolutely we did not.
How are you, man? You okay? You having a good week?
It's an interesting week, a bit of an unusual week.
You had a big all weekend, so I've heard.
Yeah, got a few bumps, got a few bruises. I've managed to get some recovery, heal up some wounds. Yeah, I've got a bit of a bad neck as well. I'll tell you all about that later. Fair enough. But before we get to there, more important news. The big news.
Big news,
which is Scott. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, mate. I'm good, thank you. What have I got going on at the minute? Well, I was a victim of a horrendous attack last week, which stopped me from getting to Coppenall Workingmen's Club in Crewe on Saturday night.
Yep.
I'm sure we can talk to everybody about that during the episode. I've had a bad neck and top of my back all week, actually. I'm sat in a special chair now, really selling the injury.
We can blame a certain tag team. I believe they call them something along the lines of Shell Spiel.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so in a bit of pain with that. But other than that, we're all good. It was a really nice weekend of wrestling. We had Double or Nothing, which I'm sure you were really happy about. We had Saturday night's main event, which I thought was a really solid show, and NXT Battlegrounds as well. Yeah, 2 thumbs up from Matt Burns. So really cool weekend of wrestling. And we were thinking about doing a watch along tonight, but actually there's been that much going on that it felt right to do a big review show. And that's what we're here for tonight, Matt Burns.
Exactly. And the best thing about it is we even got some local wrestling as well.
Even got some local wrestling to review. Absolutely. UKWA absolutely smashing it on Saturday night in Crewe, Coppenall Workingmen's Club. Some sensational matches, but a main event, Matt Burns, that it sounds like will go down in history.
Oh, no kidding, because let's say this, there were tears at the end for one individual.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you want to talk to
I'll what I'll do is I'll go through it quickly, match by match, and build up to the main event.
Go on.
Because we open up the show with Luke Basham being crowned as the supposedly new UKWA champion, as where the chosen one, Dave Dalvecchio, couldn't make it to the last show, or he just didn't turn up. So There was like a bit of a battle royale and a I Quit match at the last show to determine who was going to be the new champion.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, due to the current version of the championship about being with Dave Dalvecchio, the previous version was brought out to be presented as the official current UKWA ongoing. And as he was being crowned, somebody decided to rain in on the parade and make himself known.
So big return for Dave Dalvecchio then.
Dave Dalvecchio stormed in with his championship, sitting there saying, "You never beat him. He was never beaten. How can you declare yourself the real champion? To be the champion, you got to beat the champ," sort of thing, and literally declare that he's the real champion. So, main event ended up becoming a street fight for the, I believe, the undisputed UKWA championship, which was,
and as far as I'm aware, it was title, winner take all in that main event, and I think very, very briefly, Matt Burns, what a hell of a match it was, right?
Yeah, let's just say this. Management were not happy about 3 referees getting knocked about.
Yeah, I saw a video actually of a referee that's very close to my heart, Tony, taking a big kick to the face.
No, I think he actually took. Was he the one who took the kick, or was he the one who took the pedigree? It was literally all over the place. It was all over the place. We had Tony taking a referee. We had Ryan taking it. We even had referee Dennis getting taken out.
Madness, absolute madness at UKWA. And do you know what? There's that, and there's so much more action going on at any of your local wrestling. So if you are anywhere in this country, you have got a local wrestling show. I promise you. If you're in the Cheshire area, get yourselves down to UKWA. Matt Burns, have they got a website?
Of course, which is www.ukwrestlingalliance.com.
And you can find all the rest of the results on their Facebook, which is
which is, of course, UK Wrestling Alliance. You type that in, that's it, done. You'll find it, or UKWA. Now, the scariest thing about it is, and this is the scary bit, you know that main event I mentioned to you?
Yeah.
Even though it was a street fight, there was an added stipulation.
All right.
Loser leaves UKWA.
Oh, wow. And, oh, wow. So that means that's the end for one of them then.
Now do you see why I said there's tears?
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, the chosen one was chosen to leave.
Dave Delvecchio lost, and now is
Luke Basham.
Luke Basham is now the champion of UKWA. Dave Delvecchio nowhere to be seen.
He's actively had to force to quit and be no more.
Not been a great year for Dave Delvecchio. Lost a lot of championships across multiple promotions for him, hasn't it?
Well, you know, I'm actually wondering if the next time I see him, he's going to say his dog walked out on him.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, wow, he's having
right, Matt Burns. I think it's time that we get to the news. And I say the news, but really it's the reviews, because what I want to talk about first is Saturday night's main event. 24th of May from Tampa, Florida, the Yuengling Center, I think it's called now. But amazingly, it was the home of the Thunderdome during the pandemic era of WWE. It was something that was talked about on commentary. And for me, WWE delivered jam-packed 2 hours. These Saturday night main event shows are only ever 2 hours long, and it's brilliant to watch. It blends old school vibes, major modern twists, and I've got it broken down here match by match, Matt Burns, so we can talk through it. But, you know, for me, one of the shows of the year so far, I thought it was really, really strong effort by WWE Saturday night.
I believe a certain and a few other live streamers got it on point. This is the most uncanny Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
And believe me, it really, really was. Now,
do you know what? Looking at it from the outside looking in, so I'll just go through the matches just quickly. I won't talk about results or anything, but you know, a pretty much cold Women's United States title match between Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green.
Yep.
The rematch that Chelsea Green is owed, but hasn't had a lot of heat going into it on the SmackDown side from all intents and purposes. John Cena versus R-Truth, which seems like a bit of a joke title match. Just something for John Cena to do on this show. CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker, which is still in the infancy of its story. And Jey Uso versus Logan Paul in probably the match I was most anticipating during the show. And then Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a steel cage in an absolute, you know, we don't have to say it again and again, but for us on this channel, Damian Priest is the human fast forward button, right?
And I think a certain person on the commentary team might agree with you.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, absolutely. So another match that we weren't really looking forward to. So out of the 5 matches, the tag match I was slightly interested in, and Jey Uso versus Logan Paul I was very interested in. But the other 3, meh. And actually, on reflection, what a show!
It really was. To be honest with you, even the added dark match was is interesting as well.
What was the dark match, Matt Burns?
American made Brutus and Julius Creed, going against Latino World Order.
And that was
it's Cruz Del Toro and Joaquin Wilde.
Oh, okay. So who used to be the Santos's lackeys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I didn't see that. My first match was the first match of the show, which was the tag match between CM Punk, Sami Zayn, and them taking on the team of Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
That Freudian slip nearly happened there, being accompanied by Paul Heyman. And the show exploded out of the gate. It was CM Punk's first match since Mania, as far as I can tell. Crowd was hot, singing along to Punk's entrance music, chanting his name. Really fast-paced, hard-hitting tag match that followed. For me, really highlighted how good Sami Zayn is, but also how good CM Punk is when he feels like he has something to prove. And it almost felt like he felt like he had to keep up with Sami Zayn in this match. So you got him doing some stuff that you wouldn't really see. So I think he pulled out a code red at one point, plus a plancher to the outside and a few other bits and bobs. And as momentum swung their way, it was a surprise returning Bronson Reed that stormed back from injury, spearing CM Punk through the barricade. And that distraction let Bron Breakker nail Sami Zayn with a super spear, because the spear's not enough. It's got to be a super spear for the win. Post-match then, Bronson Reed embraced by Seth Rollins, Breakker and Heyman's growing, heel alliance with Rollins and Reed now. And they finished with Reed flattening Punk with a tsunami off the top rope. I mean, how did you feel about this one, Matt Burns? Because I loved it. I
sat there and I thought to myself, could this be like a deadly union or something?
Yeah,
a deadly. Because bear in mind, Paul Heyman is no stranger to making alliances, especially deadly ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Got Voltage Wrestling watching along with us tonight. High Voltage Wrestling. Currently talking through Saturday night's main event, pal. You're just catching us at the start. Just having a bit of a chat about CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker.
And then we're also having a bit of an interruption from a certain tsunami.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's really good to see Bronson Reed back. I was really surprised when we saw him, but then I thought, actually, he's been gone since Survivor Series War Games. He broke his ankle, I think.
Yeah.
So actually, May, June, that's about right for a return. And nobody's been talking about him, which has been even better. Now, Triple H absolutely pushed the hell out of him towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing big things in Bronson Reed's future here. He almost feels like the Batista of this group. If this is an Evolution-style group, Bronson Reed feels like Batista, where Bron Breakker feels like Randy Orton.
Now, at first, I thought to myself, Bron Breakker was the Batista. Then, as soon as I saw it, I was like, nope, never mind.
Yeah, and listen, they're not completely Evolution. It's a different group, a lot of different dynamics. But it's an easy comparison to make, isn't it? And I think
very, very. And I'll tell you this now. I think this is a very, very serious faction building here, because tell me right now. Right, out of them individuals, when you've got, how secure are you if you're Seth Rollins right now?
Oh, incredibly.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You've got the wise man in your corner who has got the gift of the gab and can near enough make anything happen if you need it to happen. You've then got two of the biggest roughshod individuals who can pretty much dust individuals and have been dusting in individuals into oblivion. Because if I'm not mistaken, how's the car doing still? Braun.
Well, he's had to retire and start eating things for a living now, hasn't he? So
exactly. That's
yeah,
what I mean.
I don't think he has retired actually, but yeah. So yeah, I know what you're saying. I think Reed officially joining this faction. It's a huge moment. Great win for Rollins and Breaker. I would have given this. Do you know what? I would have given this 5 sausages. This match. Maybe that's just me.
Nope, not just you.
It had everything for me. Yeah, I would have given it 5 sausages, especially with it being the opening match. I think it was absolutely solid for where it needed to be. And I'm not saying it was 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome, but what I am saying is that, it was great storytelling. It was exactly what the match needed to be, and it moves the story on, which is exactly what we want out of it.
Yeah, and for me, what a way to start off a show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1000%. Okay, let's move on then. Let's talk about the women's US title match. Zelina Vega, the champion, defending against one Chelsea Green.
I think what did hurt it is the next to no build-up.
Yeah. And listen, a short but feisty match here. Chelsea came out with aggressive, she came out with aggression, rather, powerbombing Zelina Vega on the floor, but it was interference from Niven that backfired. Vega fought through the chaos and hit a top rope code red for the win, even busting Chelsea Green's nose in the process. I'm not sure how that happened, but it looked, it looked good.
It's messy. It's messy.
Yeah. Love a bit of blood on the face. Like I say, really short match. Not a lot to be said about it, other than I love the character work of Chelsea Green in that group.
No sad. It's Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
and it really is.
She should be doing more. She should be doing more. I'm still not convinced taking the title offer was the right thing.
I'm not convinced either, because I feel as though she's getting the Matt Cardona effect.
I'm not being. I thought this was her taking the title back. That's where I thought we were going. Thought we were putting the title back on her. We'd realised it was a bit of a mistake to take it off her. She was running well with it. Let's put the title back on her. And no, we let Zelina Vega retain.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because it's like, so instead of let's correct our mistake, let's double down. Fair enough if they want to do it, but what's next for Chelsea Green?
Yeah, exactly. Because is she going to go and challenge Tiffany Stratton when we've got so much other talent on the roster? She's just not, is she?
I highly doubt it, especially if you were paying attention to SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Alexa Bliss, we've got Charlotte, we've got, Julia now on the main roster on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Another message from Voltage Wrestling here. How's your day going, guys? Do you know what? It's going well. We're currently just talking through, like I say, Saturday night's main event. We're just going to start covering now John Cena versus R-Truth. Voltage, what did you think of John Cena versus R-Truth at Saturday night's main event? Because for me, Cena continued that sort of villainous retirement tour. He was rocking Tampa Bay Bucks inspired ring gear, demanding to be announced again as the greatest champion of all time. I love the Unseen 17. I actually love that.
The Unseen 17.
I love it. Truth gave a tribute entrance, which I thought was brilliant, when Ron Cena came out. And Voltage Wrestling's got that Ron Cena. Did the whole John Cena entrance. It was brilliant, including wearing, a bit of John Cena cosplay, including the t-shirt that I've worn on the podcast previously. I called that. When I saw it, I was like, that's my t-shirt. And it was fun, right? The match was fun.
Hang on. Is that why you're not wearing it today?
I borrowed it to Ron Cena. Despite some signature Ron Killings offense and some signature John Cena offense, an AA and an STF, Cena eventually went for the belt, decided not to hit Truth, gave the belt to the referee, and as the ref turned his back to get rid of the belt, Cena hit Truth with the low blow, kick to the nads, and hit the AA for the win. After the match, Cena leveled Truth with the title belt and then got booed out of the arena again. I think, I don't know what sausages I would give the match, but certainly for heel heat, I would give it 5 bangers. Certainly.
Yeah. Match quality, because it wasn't moving like it's not, all over the place and everything. It's sort of storytelling.
Yeah, exactly what it was. Yeah, and it was a strange one. I still don't know why we got this match, but I mean, what whatever, guys. I can't say I was disappointed. It wasn't bad.
It was a bit of fun.
Yeah. I just, in a, we'll talk about this in a minute, I'm sure, but in a world where we're going to get a tag match for Money in the Bank, I can't believe we haven't done Punk versus Cena yet.
I think that's going to be Money in the Bank.
No, Money in the Bank's announced.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, it was announced in the main event. So next match on the card was a steel cage match: Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. It's fair to say that my reaction was very similar to Jesse the Body Ventura's Matt Burns. Brutality is how I would define this match. They battered each other inside the cage. Priest kicking out of a Claymore, Drew hitting a top of the cage superplex. After a wild chair war, let's call it, chair battle.
Yeah.
It was Priest that delivered a concerto to Drew McIntyre and walked out of the door for the win. Yeah. Jesse Ventura called it cowardly. I thought it was a crap finish. And it's certainly decisive from what I've read online so far. So what are your thoughts, Matt Burns? I thought it was rubbish.
Right. You hit him with a concerto. Okay. Yeah. Solid.
Yeah.
He's the babyface, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just climb over?
Or pin him.
Is it pinning in this one as well?
Yeah.
Right. So pin him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one's quicker? 1, 2, 3. Or
I just didn't get it. I don't get why we did that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Damian Priest anyway. I've said it on this channel loads of times. I'm not a fan. But he didn't have to win that way because I don't think it does anything for his credibility.
It actually hurt it.
Yeah, it hurt him again. Made him even more unlikable to me.
Yeah. I think it was a very poor choice having him walk out the door because I felt as though, who's the real heel here? Sort of.
Yeah. If you're watching along live, get your comments in the live chat. Let us know how you would have finished this match, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Yeah, if it was up to me, we know that Priest wouldn't have been winning.
Yeah, I don't think for me either. I think if that's what we were going to do, we had to have a reason to get Priest, to make Priest look even more like a babyface. Maybe I would have had him try to go out the door, but then think, no, this isn't right. I want to beat him properly. Go back in the ring, maybe pick him up for a Razor's Edge. Drew kicks down, turn around Claymore, and then Drew crawls himself out for the win. Do you know what I mean? Done something a bit heely, sure. And then he doesn't get the win, Damian Priest, but he doesn't look like
he still looks strong.
Yeah,
he still looks strong because he had it won,
but he went back for a win.
He decided to do the right thing.
Exactly that. Match of the night contender, not for me. The finish ruins it.
Definitely. And to be honest with you, who knows? We could be coming back to this on a future episode. Who knows? Rebooking it, the entire feud because it's just been awful.
Do you know what? I'm a fan right now of for my sanity, putting Damian Priest into Buried Alive. Just that's where I am. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to do that right now. But certainly, eventually, I think Damian Priest might go into buried alive because
it's almost heading there. It's almost heading there, but no, we're going to give him time. We're going to give him time to recover, a bit like Nia Jax did.
Yeah, and she absolutely did. Right, it's main event time, Matt Burns, and that means it's pillow time.
Love it.
The main event of Saturday night's main event was the World Heavyweight Championship match, and a match that I was really looking forward to. Get your comments in the live chat who you thought should have won this one. Jey Uso defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul. Fast-paced, high drama. Jey had the fans yeeting all over the place. And Logan Paul showed off and showed out, I thought. Blockbuster, lion salt attempts, exposed the turnbuckle. We had some heel antics.
Let me just say this to you. Have you heard Jim Cornette's comments on Logan Paul doing what was it? Was it Lion Tim or the Joker moonsault? Lion Salt, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard?
No.
Jericho, just stop doing it. Paul does it better. he just goes, Paul does it better, and he does 3/4 of the ring. You can barely.
Logan Paul's great.
And he just goes, you barely reach a quarter. It's like,
anyway, so it was late in the match, and Jey Uso got the match won, right?
Yeah.
Hit the spear. The Uso splash. It's all over. And who should pull the ref out of the ring? John Cena. What is he doing here? Like, literally, what is he doing here? So pulls the ref out and starts choking Jey. And then all of a sudden, we finally get it. The return we've been waiting for, not seen since WrestleMania, unseen since Mania. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, returns to a thunderous pop, runs all the way to the ring, drops Cena with a crossroads, helps Jey recover. Jey then nails a spear and a second Uso splash on Logan Paul as the ref gets back in the ring for 1, 2, 3. Jey Uso retains over Logan Paul with a lot of shenanigans involved.
Yeah.
Post-match, Cody gets on the mic and cuts a promo. He says, we've had enough of you ruining wrestling. Money in the Bank. You've got Logan Paul. You'll face me and Jey Uso in a tag team match in the main event of Money in the Bank. So we can't do CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank, Matt Burns, because he's busy in this tag match against the former WWE Tag Team Champions, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. How do we feel about the whole thing? The match, the future match?
I think the future match is going to have a dark twist.
Do you?
I do.
What do you think's happening?
I think someone might have finally sold his soul.
Oh, no.
Said no one.
Well, I was going to say, what are you talking about, Matt Burns?
No, said no one. Basically, for me personally, I don't think it is going to really end badly. There's the rumor that Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. I don't think that's going to be the case. Personally, I think this is a good route to go down.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, as much as I understand that a lot of people hate Logan Paul, pairing him up with Cena is a really smart thing, especially with Cena saying he wants to ruin wrestling.
100% it's the right thing to do, yeah.
Writes itself, enough said, job done. I feel like just sitting there saying, right, here you go. As for your homework, there is no homework.
Yeah. Do you know what? Considering this is only maybe the second or third time Logan Paul's main evented a PLE. I know it's not a PLE, it's a TV special, but let's call it a PLE for the sake of it. Logan Paul looked really good against Jey Uso. Jey Uso looked really confident and comfortable in that spot as well, which he hasn't done in previous months. I was really happy with the match. I'd definitely give it 4 out of 5 bangers.
Yeah.
The bits afterwards and the shenanigans afterwards kind of helped make it for me. We're on the build to whatever's next, and that tag match is now next. We know, and I'm here for it. We can come back to Logan Paul versus Jey at some point, maybe SummerSlam, and I'm happy with that too. And I think overall it topped off a really solid Saturday night's main event. Like I say, the finish of the cage match didn't overly excite me, and I wasn't enamored with Chelsea Green losing again to Zelina Vega. But overall, I thought the card was really strong. I thought the show had great flow, and yeah, I was really, really happy with it.
It should be. Definitely should be. No, really, I think it's good flow, good match, and as we said, I think this was a great watch, and it was free.
Yeah, free on NBC in the US, on YouTube for us in the UK. So
that's what I mean.
If you haven't seen it yet, go and find it because it was really good. What were your top 3 moments of the show, Matt Burns?
You would know what one of mine is.
Go on.
Mr. Tsunami returning.
Yeah, Bronson Reed being back, absolutely one of the top moments of the show. Any more?
Definitely that. I think the fact that we've got a certain Jesse the Body Ventura ripping Damian Priest to shreds on the commentary team.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. It was a great moment, but I'm not sure he'll be invited back.
No.
The third one's got to be Cody's return, right? Yeah, absolutely. Honorable mention for R-Truth or Ron Cena's entrance, which was really good. Again, big shout out to Voltage Wrestling in the chat for Ron Cena. Love that. Thanks for overall, Matt Baines, how many bangers would you give this? I think I'm leaning towards 4 out of 5 bangers for this one.
Bang on. Bang on.
It had everything: returns, heel heat, hot crowd, forward momentum. Yeah. No 5-star classics really, but well-paced, story-heavy 2 hours. I think they nailed the vibe for this one. I think it was it was probably the best Saturday night's main event they've done so far.
They've done their homework, basically, is what you're saying. They've done their homework. It was really good, really enjoyable, and nothing more to add.
Right, Matt Baines. That's Saturday night's main event. You want to cover AEW quickly? Maybe just give your 3 top moments from AEW, Double or Nothing.
Oh, you're making it difficult. That's what I mean. That's how tough it is, right? Because I feel as though, right, some top moments. Anarchy in the arena is always anarchy, so that is just your smosh match.
Yeah.
I feel as though the main event was interesting. I was happy for either individual to make the win.
Yeah.
For All In. Some people are questioning whether it should have been Will Ospreay, seeing as it's meant to be coming back to the UK for Forbidden Door. But who knows? Who knows? The thing is, Will Ospreay could still have another opportunity of walking in as the champ, or who knows? It could even be challenging for the championship in the UK.
Yeah.
Who knows? So there's still a bit of time on that one. I still think it's interesting. It's a good pick for Hangman Adam Page, especially with All In being in Texas. And for, as we said Anik in the UK. We then mentioned the main events, and I think for a bit of a shout out for the women's, Timeless Toni Storm.
Timeless.
Enough said. I feel as though the biggest letdown is Mercedes Moné going over Jamie Hayter in the Owen Hart Foundation Cup final to gain a chat.
Well, I don't agree. I kind of like it.
One way I like it. They get rid of the TBS Championship.
Oh, really?
Because I know the second that Mercedes Moné goes for Timeless Toni Storm, she's taking the title. They seem that big up on it, and it's like it's almost like it's almost giving me the Charlotte feel. Do you know what I mean?
Is it? Is Mercedes Moné giving you the Charlotte feels?
Giving me the Charlotte feels. It's annoying.
Oh,
it's grating on me.
I didn't see that coming, you know. I know she's been frustrating because she's been nowhere near as good in AEW as she was in WWE. But I'm surprised at that. I am looking forward to seeing Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm now.
I am, but it just feels like as though anywhere that AEW got a championship with women involved, she turns up, has a match, and walks out with the belt.
Wreck everyone and leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Right.
Yeah, that's it. Moving on, and that's it. Done. That's AEW double or nothing. And I think I'll stay with nothing.
Yes, this is our top 3 segment now, Matt Burns. And today I am challenging you to give your top 3 of a chosen topic. You looking forward to this one?
Yep.
Okay, so I asked you earlier on to think about this for me because I wanted to challenge on the podcast. And the challenge that I'm throwing out there today, or what I would really like to know, is what are your top 3, and I'm challenging everybody watching live to get in the live chat their top 3 top rope finishers. What are your top 3 top rope finishers? I want to know your spiral taps, your frog splashes, your moonsaults, your BMEs, your pretty East moonsaults, your 450s, your shooting stars. I want to know them all in the comments.
Right. I might have a bit of a unique order compared to other people. Ooh. But I've also got some nice shout outs.
Okay.
I do like how you mentioned the spiral tap. That's a good shout out. It's a very good shout out. You can't go on
one out at Roadblock, not Roadblock.
Yeah, definitely.
Battleground.
At Battleground, yeah, definitely. But actually, never mind. I think I've just got a new number. I think I've just gained a one is just literally
leapfrog.
It just dove into 3rd place immediately for how impressive it was seeing it over the weekend.
Okay, let's hear them
because you did say any move off the top rope, didn't you?
I did. That is the lingo that I used.
At number 3, and I seeing this last night or early hours this morning. Soul Snatcher off the top rope.
Oh, it was fabulous, wasn't it? Soul Snatcher from the top rope was sensational.
I understand that people can say the counter to Evan Bourne's shooting star press when Orton pops up is impressive. The Soul Snatcher just...
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I totally agree, 1000%. That Soul Snatcher off the top rope was special.
Yeah. The reason why it's not higher is because, one, it's a very rare occasion you see it.
Yeah. You must have some legacy moves on there, though, as well, in your top 3.
Oh, definitely.
Right, let's see your number 2, then.
Number 2. It's one that is not done. You know what? No. Number 2, it is done by Pac.
Oh.
He's had it be the red arrow, the black arrow. You know exactly which one I'm on about.
I do, absolutely.
Yeah. The way he nails that, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is special. And you're sitting there thinking, hang on, where's the legacy?
Where's the legacy finisher?
Number 1. You can't. It's a tradition for me. It is one that I call the frog splash.
Are you going to pick somebody that does it, or
I can't, because there's. If I was going to pick anybody, it would be out of proper nostalgia. and it would be none other than Eddie Guerrero.
I think you've got passed away bias.
Why is that?
Because nobody did the frog splash like Rob Van Dam. It was 5 stars, baby.
Although, it was good, but if you want, the reason why I put, as much as I could say is I could have actually thrown in Art Barr.
Okay, yeah, you could have done.
Who actually was one of the one who actually he looked like a frog when doing it.
Yeah,
and it was
D'Lo the same.
Yeah, and the weird thing about it is Eddie decided to do the frog splash in tribute to Art Barr. So I'm going to go with Eddie Guerrero just for the tribute nostalgia. Yes, I might be, biased in that sense, in that feeling. Bear in mind, come on, it's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, it's hard not to do Eddie, isn't it?
It's hard because bear in mind, because think about it, Eddie's used it. We've got the Mysterios using it. We've got loads. The Usos splash is basically almost similar to it.
Yeah, it is. It's closer to.
Enough said.
Okay, so number 3.
Number 3, the Soul Snatcher.
Number 2.
Well, that would be is it the Black Arrow currently, or Black Arrow, I believe it's called now.
And number 1,
the old classic traditional frog splash.
Love it, absolutely love it, Matt Burns. That's Matt Burns' top 3. Get your own top 3 top rope finishes in the comments below or in the live chat, and we'll talk about them. But for now, Matt Burns, it's time for one of us to reboot this.
Now this is one that was sort of a bit of a last minute jogger as I pass it to you, but
yeah, it was a bit lastminute.com.
But the second I thought about it, I knew you were the only one who could do it. You were the only one who could do it justice, because I feel as though what happened currently during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Did nobody any favors. It just felt more of a punishment and was a letdown.
Okay.
What I've challenged you to do is the aftermath storyline of William Regal winning the King of the Ring. Yeah,
right. So here's what I've done then, Matt Burns. What if William Regal took the throne in 2008? What I have done is I've whizzed this together with some thoughts, and it's maybe not as, because I haven't had as long as normal. It's maybe not as wound together as it might have been. But what I've tried to do is I've booked out basically the rest of the year up to the Royal Rumble.
I think that's way, way, way above.
This round of Rebook This, the segment where I climb into the DeLorean, fire up the booking machine, and say, "What if WWE got it right the first time?" We're going to talk about that man that you've just said, a man with more class than your entire extended family reunion and more brass knuckles than the TSA should allow. William Bloody Regal. Now, I don't know if you remember it, but April 2008, William Regal wins the King of the Ring tournament that was on Raw. So it wasn't a PLE or a pay-per-view this year. It was a special episode of Raw. And he beat CM Punk in the finals. And for a brief moment, it felt like WWE were going to strap a rocket to the criminally underutilized legend that is William Regal. Yep. And then, poof, suspension, storyline dropped, and Raw forgot he existed. Yeah. So today we're fixing it. We're going to rebook William Regal's 2008 King of the Ring win into a 6-month tyrannical arc, complete with royal decrees, brass knuckles, and the most violent British monarchy since House of the Dragon. Let's go. Let's go. So, chapter 1, and I always do this, don't I? I've done it in chapters. Chapter 1 or phase 1. The crown makes its claim. So, June 2008, William Regal beats Mr. Kennedy in 5 minutes, taps out CM Punk clean, and then beats Jericho with a knee so stiff it should be registered as a small weapon. And after he's won the King of the Ring,
yep,
Cena demands that they settle it. So he's beat all those different people. He's made a claim that he wants to be the WWE champion, and him and Cena are now set at SummerSlam to go one-on-one for the WWE championship. So we've gone straight into it. He's won the King of the Ring. He's beat a few people, and now we're going straight for John Cena. And in that SummerSlam main event, it is heat. Cena's doing his full superhero combat routine, 5-knuckle shuffle, going for the FU, and then the lights flicker, and out of the crowd in all black slides a hooded figure. Big boot to Cena. The hood comes down, and it's Drew McIntyre. Not the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, yet. Not Broken Dreams Drew yet. Because what happened was Drew McIntyre, if you remember, was debuted in 2007 with Dave Taylor. Then he disappeared for 12 months and came back in 2009 as the chosen one. So in 2008, Drew McIntyre was back in developmental waiting for an opportunity. And here we're going to repackage Drew with slick hair, cold stare, and dressed like a Scottish Undertaker with a vengeance. Drew hits Cena with that Future Shock DDT onto a chair. Regal strolls over like he just got handed a cup of Earl Grey, and he covers for 1, 2, 3. New champion, William Regal. So Regal's not only the champion, he's now got Drew McIntyre kneeling before him, presenting him with the title. Regal places a hand on his shoulder and whispers, "Welcome to the court, executioner." Yeah, we're building a dynasty. We're off.
Oh!
Chapter 1, which was winning the King of the Ring and a few people. Chapter 2, apologies, which was SummerSlam. And now we're on to chapter 3, the Regal Code. So now that he's champ, Regal unveils the Regal Code, which is basically a polite way of saying, I'll defend the title only under conditions that favor me. Because he's the general manager, he can, right? So now he can change the rules to suit himself. What are the rules? Well, you don't get a title match unless you've won a royal trial. All matches under Regal rules, which means time limits, DQs for opponents only, pinfall or submission only in the center of the ring, and he can call for a royal reprieve, aka I don't feel like wrestling tonight. So, yeah. So for September, CM Punk wins a royal trial and gets a shot at Unforgiven. The match is straight up brutal, mat wrestling, knees, back and forth submissions. Punk hits the GTS, but Drew slides in dressed as a medic, whacks Punk with a stethoscope. I don't know why a stethoscope. I just thought it was funny. Let's call it a stethoscope full of lead. And Regal wins that one via the Regal stretch. In October, the Executioner's unleashed. Batista's there. Big Dave's mad. He's yelling. He's sweating. He's saying, I don't need a code. I want to fight. So Regal makes him go through the Executioner's gauntlet. So we get Batista versus Drew, no countouts, which ends in a double KO. They basically destroy each other. But we do eventually get that match at No Mercy. It's Regal versus Batista for the title. Batista, though, gets chained to the turnbuckle mid-match by Drew. And Regal beats him down with strikes until the ref stops the match. So Regal's now battered Batista. He's done in CM Punk. And, you know, when he beats Batista, like I say, it's via stoppage. So he's not just beating challengers, he's breaking them. Chapter 5, The Resistance. By this point, the locker room is boiling over. Cena, Punk, Batista, and Mysterio form a kind of babyface task force to take down the monarchy. They call themselves the Resistance. It's not subtle, but it's effective, I suppose. And at Survivor Series, we get Team Regal, which is William Regal, Drew McIntyre, Paul Burchill, now not a pirate, but a
Ruthless.
A part of the court, and Mike Knox, because I like Mike Knox, and he was around at this time. And they take on the team of Cena, Punk, Batista, and Rey Mysterio. Drew goes crazy, eliminates 3 people by himself, but it is finally Cena that gets his hand on Regal and pins him clean for the win. So Super Cena goes through the entire team. That earns Cena his long overdue rematch at Armageddon. Cena's last shot. And this is chapter 6. The Armageddon main event, Cena versus Regal. Regal promises no interference, and he almost keeps that promise until he reveals last minute that Drew McIntyre will be the outside special enforcer. Cena fights through it all, gets Regal up for the FU. Drew jumps in, doesn't touch him, jumps back down. Regal low blows Cena, rolls him up with the tights, and again, Regal's still the champion. The crowd at this point is absolutely nuclear. Cena's out cold. Regal walks out with the title like it's the crown jewels. Drew never says a word. Just walks off with him. And then as we get into January, WrestleMania 25 was the WrestleMania for 2009. And I didn't want to mess with it too much because it's a pretty great WrestleMania event. And I especially didn't really want to mess with the WWE title picture for that.
Yeah.
So to do that, I've got to get the belt back on Triple H.
Yes.
So chapter 7, the return of the king. And I thought this was a nice way to finish Regal's summer, end of 2008 reign, because we're going to get the king versus the king.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
So the game storms back into Raw like he's got unfinished business, and that's because he does. He looks at Regal in the eye and says, "You're not a king, you're a bureaucrat in a bathrobe." And Regal slowly and surgically says, "You wore a crown as a nickname. I earned mine in blood." And the WWE Championship match is set at the Royal Rumble. Triple H versus William Regal. Drew McIntyre banned from ringside because Triple H has got his own sort of pull above and beyond the general manager. And Regal goes full shoot style here. Triple H sells his knee, the ribs, his back. Regal hits, running knees, locks in the Regal stretch. Looks to be done. But Triple H fires back, hits that spine buster. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3. And the monarchy is dead. Long live the game. So Triple H gets the win at the Royal Rumble. And I think, if we think about what did I do there, we took William Regal from forgotten GM to a full-on final boss. We got him some gold, and he had a title reign, which was not too long, and filled a bit of a gap in 2008 and gave us something a little bit different. We gave him a soldier, we gave him a regime, and when the time came, we let the game finish the story. So William Regal held the title for 5 months. He ran Raw like a kingdom. He left a trail of broken bodies behind, and he made one thing very clear. The crown isn't a gimmick, it's a weapon. Where do we go from here? Probably have Drew and William Regal take each other out of the Royal Rumble, or maybe have Drew turn on Regal in the Rumble to eliminate him, and then we potentially get Regal versus Drew at WrestleMania just to split that team apart, or we keep them together and we have them go on a tag team run potentially after that. Also a nice idea. And Drew can slowly then transition from being the executioner to being the chosen one.
Yeah.
And that, Matt Burns, is how I would rebook William Regal's King of the Ring win.
I've already got your rating already.
Okay.
That's how quick I am with this already.
Got the rating.
What?
He's got the rating. How did I do on my rebook? Let us know in the comments what you thought, whether that's what you would have done with William Regal.
And whether you agree with what I'm about to state. Banger. After banger.
That's 2.
After banger.
That's 3.
After banger.
That's 4.
Hit that alarm bell because there is
Oh.
a first banger.
God, I haven't had a 5 banger reboot for ages.
That is definitely a 5. And the reason why some people might sit there saying, "Oh, well, you know, disagree." They might disagree and everything. Compare it to what actually happened.
Yeah, Raw wasn't great in 2008 on reflection, you know.
You've just absolutely weaponized that entire timeline. Probably helped Cena get another chance to be able to become another champion again and increase it from the unseen 7 to the unmissable 18.
Yeah. I took a bit of inspiration from JBL and his title reign. Also, just from general heel tactics, but also to give Raw something different for a few months. Also gave some title matches. Batista got one. Punk got one. You know, Punk having the title, that title reign in a year where he would become Intercontinental Champion and a tag champion with Cody Rhodes, I think. With Kofi Kingston.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was also Mr. Money in the Bank at one point.
Yeah, he would have been Money in the Bank that year as well. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. That is the rebook of William Regal. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Matt Burns. It probably leaves us with not much more to say, other than what a night Saturday night's main event was. Bronson Reed is back, Cody Rhodes is back, and we already know what the main event of Money in the Bank is going to be.
Yep.
We know that at least 2 good things happened at AEW Double or Nothing, and one thing that I think is going to be good at All In and You Don't, Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Bring it on.
It'll be good. I just feel as though Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter could have been really interesting as well.
Yeah. And we finally settled it. The best ever top rope finish, the frog splash. Thanks for filling us in on that, Matt Burns. Now, we are chasing down 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Your likes, shares, and comments are the fuel that keeps the burning truth blazing bright. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, do all the good stuff. We'll love you forever. And you can find us on any of the socials. You just need to type in The Burning Truth and look for
the belt, or
just here, and behind that.
Here. I'm gonna. Why is it? I feel like I'm about to be on an airport. It's like, you're extra here, and here, and here.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, so please help us out by subscribing. Find us on the socials. We're just 2 jobbers who love wrestling and like talking about it. So all your help is appreciated. You can also visit theburningtruthuk.com for exclusives, merch drops, and bonus content. There's a great t-shirt, Matt Burns, that says, "Don't forget to be awesome." And there's that. Until next time, stay hyped, stay loud, and remember,
DFTBA. And in case you don't know what that means, it of course always means, don't forget to be awesome.
And remember, walking out the cage should not be allowed.